Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 7th episode of the 2nd season of ReZero. And last episode, we tried going back home a second time, this time earlier in an attempt to make things, less bloody. And it started out better. We got there and people weren't dead yet. However, that didn't last too long because Elsa came knocking not too long after that, and people started dying as is kind of the tendency whenever Elsa shows up, which is why most people aren't big fans of her showing up. It's never the kind of thing you celebrate, But yeah, near the end, she kind of started to let some stuff slip about instructions and just kind of seemed to imply that she was being like somebody very much like on the inside was controlling her, telling her what to do. Something like an inside person with information. And our only real advantage is the whole, return by death thing. So it's kind of a competition between those two aspects, I guess. But anyway, when we ended the episode, I'm going to assume pretty much everyone's dead aside from Subaru in that mansion, and of course Beatrice, who helped him out there near the end. So hopefully she could help out some more. That'd be great. We definitely need to do another reset though, because people died and we can't really allow that. So hopefully Beatrice could give some helpful advice or something before that point though. So let's see if that is indeed the case. So 3, 2, 1, play. Are you sure you want to go out there? Like, it's not safe out there. What do you mean disappeared? I mean, I think I know what she means, but... Healing? Settle down, Subaru. How dare you? Well, unlike them, you actually have the power to change things. But you did save Subaru. I mean, nothing's stopping you from just doing it yourself, Subaru. I don't think we've hit another save point yet. Although I can't guarantee that. She's trying to save your life. But, it's a very complicated situation. That is a good question. Come on, Beatrice, tell us. Wow. Oof. You were not invited. Well, yeah, all things considered, she's still, you know, Beatrice. Oof. Even though all that stuff with the gospel was definitely concerning. I'm sure she cares about Subaru deep down, but anyway, got his reset. So, what do we do now, Subaru? Are we just not gonna get the opening? I mean, that's not super unusual for this show, but... The opening's a good chance for me to gather some thoughts, but... we don't get that. Because that Beatrice scene was a lot to take in. Yes, Otto, what do you want? No weirder than usual. Well, there's a lot you don't know. I guess Otto was helpful after all. Oh. Garfield, what do you want? The weather? uh, sounds like fun. uh, gotta hate it when other characters don't follow the script. Makes it very hard to plan. Just making conversation, man. Squirrel. I mean, who else would know? Definitely makes it easier to plan. So where are you taking me again? Because it seems pretty spooky. Oh, it's that one girl. Hello. Yuzu. So is we just gonna kill Subaru out here, or... Save people. I mean, it's pretty rough for Amelia. Yeah, I mean, it should be pretty clear. Always have faith in Amelia. What the heck did you just say? Yeah, I'm with Subaru on this one. An exception, huh? You mean she's not a mixed blood? Right. So it just has to not be equal? Like a quarter doesn't count? I see. That's good to know. Half siblings. I would not have remembered that. I can't imagine why. Not that he's salty or anything. I mean, that was pretty useful. Yeah, we haven't avoided the actual issue, though. Yeah, to be fair. A Subaru suggestion. Really don't know who to trust, so... Okay. Very good point. Did you not know that? You did quite well. That's asking a lot. Oh, yeah. Okay. Kind of, yeah. So we are killing Subaru then. Okay, we didn't kill him, we just kidnapped him. And we're clearly in a cave. So, what exactly are you planning on doing with Subaru? Well, he's not one to listen. Says a guy with claws. It's not his fault. Well, we did have a chat with a witch, but... Okay, so that's what triggered them. Gotcha. I mean, didn't we have the same problem with Rem back in the day? It's not my fault you got a perfume on me. I see. I knew we could never be friends with this guy. Yeah, that's a big problem. He can't even do that. Subaru's one of the few characters where getting kidnapped as opposed to getting killed is the worst of the two options. At least people care enough to put out a search party. But will they find him? Maybe they could smell him. I knew he shouldn't have went out there. Yo, so you gotta be helpful here, please. You saw him last. Gotta threaten Oto. Really? I'm not sure how Subaru gets out of this one. Good thing I had subtitles. That's what she said, but she got pretty damn emotional, so I don't know. I'm sure there's more to it. Is Beatrice gonna show up and help? I mean, I don't see how that's possible, but it almost implies it. Well, he got the blindfold partially off. That's a good start. Is that Ryuzu? It's hard to tell in the dark. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, thank you for the lunch, I guess. Okay. Can't we just think happy thoughts, Subaru? Guess that's one way to kill yourself. It's very slowly. Very painfully. Would not recommend. Subaru probably should keep like a cyanide capsule in his mouth for emergencies. Oto, did you really find him? Okay, I mean, I didn't really expect you to show up. Damn, that's not good. Probably gonna need a reset then. Yeah, Subaru's presence is missed pretty quick. Well, yeah. Good question. Do we just, like, get out of here now? If we really are here to rescue him? Funner option. Because we're friends, hopefully, that's the only reason. I mean, that is certainly a good thing, but just don't know who to trust anymore, you know? Wait, what? Okay. Really? How could you possibly mix those up? But apparently Subaru did not know they were friends, I guess. Despite all they've been through together. Reaction blushing for Moto. We're so close we can do that with each other, you know, that sort of thing. Probably should just get out of here before we talk too much. Is it really that surprising? I think he's lost his mind. Nothing new there. I'm still just waiting for a prison guard or something to show up. Music. Wow. And Eugene, the name of the episode. Written katakana, I guess, to stress the fact it could be misheard as the name Eugene. Really not how I expected that scene to go at all. Went in a very odd direction with the whole friend thing. Like, I thought we were already on the same page as far as the whole friendship thing went, so I was a little bit confused. Apparently they hadn't confirmed it just yet, so this confirms it. They are the bestest of best friends now. Although because we were still very much like in enemy territory essentially in that room that Subaru's been imprisoned in for the past 3 days, I constantly felt stressed out because I kept waiting for something to happen. So if they actually went somewhere safe for the conversation, I probably could have enjoyed it more, you know? You know, safe. Nowhere's really safe, but anywhere else. A helper, huh? When you say reliable, how reliable are we talking here? Ram? Okay, Ram's reliable, yeah. I'm sure you would. Indeed. And yep, Subaru's gone. Surprised it didn't show up while he was still here, considering how long they lingered. But anyway, that was the 7th episode of the 2nd season of ReZero. And it was quite the episode, for sure. Now, the first part, I was expecting Beatrice to, like, you know, explain a lot of things. Because, you know, we'd finally gotten in the room with her, she helped Subaru and all that. But she didn't really explain too much as far as what's actually going on. It was just a bit of a reveal as far as her kind of taking instructions from, you know, like the evil gospel book, which is kind of a concerning thing, you know? We had that scene earlier in the season where she was kind of had like an affectionate name or something for Beetlejuice, which was concerning for sure, and I guess I did kind of foreshadow this. But there still definitely seems to be a lot going on with Beatrice, you know? As she was trying to explain that she just, you know, blindly, faithfully takes instructions from the book, she didn't do it in like a cold, calculated manner, you know? She was very emotional pretty much throughout the entire thing, which makes me think there's, you know, more to it than that, right? She probably did start caring about Subaru at some points, you know? Maybe there's some conflict between, you know, what she wants to do with Subaru and what the book tells her to do about Subaru. There might be some of that going on too. Who knows? There's still so much we don't quite get, really. But that was definitely an important scene, for sure. I know it was pretty quiet during it. I was just kind of taking it in, not quite sure what to even say about that sort of thing, really. But it's also just weird to see, you know, Beatrice, like, trying to stop Subaru from killing himself, which is usually a good thing in, like, 99% of context, you know, stopping somebody from killing themselves, but this is, like, the 1% exception, you know, where that does solve problems, you know? So, it made for a very odd dynamic there, where I'm like, no, just let him kill himself, but that just sounds so weird and messed up to say, you know? So that was kind of a thing, too. But in the end, he was able to die, luckily, and get his 3rd chance. Although the 3rd chance doesn't seem to be going that much better, really. You know, with Garfield. Garfield probably being the biggest problem here, you know. And he's always been very much a, you know, rough kind of character, you know, a lot of yelling, a lot of rough, coarse language. Like, that's always kind of been his character. Doesn't seem to get along too well with his sister. But we did learn a little bit more about the sister, that she's not actually a half-blood like he is. It's more like a quarter blood thing where they had like a different mother or father. I actually don't remember, one of the two. But the point is, she had less mixed blood than you're supposed to have for the berry and all that to work, so she was able to slip out, and apparently never came back. So, and the brother does seem to be a little bit salty about that, maybe feels abandoned. I don't know, I don't quite get too much about their family dynamic, really. But yeah, as soon as we got Subaru to leave the safety of the town area into this big old empty field where it was just him and a couple of people, I was pretty worried. I was pretty worried they were going to kill Subaru. But they actually did worse than kill Subaru. They captured him, imprisoned him, so he couldn't even kill himself. So he couldn't even reset. That's a pretty big problem. However, it seems like maybe they weren't actually going to do that until he started talking about, like, taking up the trial for himself, saying that he passed one of them and all that. So, because, you know, we've discussed this before, that it might be a viable option, you know, avoid some torment for Amelia. They didn't seem to be big fans of that. Not at all. And he got Garfield complaining about that witch smell miasma off of Subaru, which I'm pretty sure Rem complained about back in the day as well. In fact, there might be a lot of that. You know, Rem getting all aggressive because of that, you know, potential connections to the witch and all that. You know, that usual kind of suspicion towards Subaru. Very much reminds me of that. But yeah, Garfield just kind of came across as the worst this episode, you know, doing that to Subaru, trying to, you know, bribe Oto to keep his mouth shut. Just not exactly a lot of praiseworthy behavior from him this episode. Subaru just bound up, rope in the mouth so he can't bite his tongue, blinded in this dark, stone cold room, all alone. That's just horrible treatment, honestly. Like, he's gotta have some human rights, right? Like, Jesus. We actually had a scene where Ryuzu, whatever name is, showed up to give him something. I can't quite tell what it is. It was like a spoonful. I don't know if it was like an actual meal or just some kind of medicine. It went by so quickly that makes me think it was just a quick dose of some kind of medicine, like some kind of tranquilizer kind of thing, you know, keep him sedated, that kind of thing. But I'm not quite sure, really, because it looked like some kind of soup or something almost, but I really don't know. I don't know what that was about. Like, one spoonful of food, I mean, maybe that's supposed to be like the bare minimum to keep him alive. I don't know, because he's pretty thirsty when Oto finally came. So, I don't know. I didn't quite get what that was supposed to accomplish. It was either some kind of a drug or food. It doesn't matter too much which one it was. If it does matter, we'll find out later. Yeah, with Subaru just slamming his head against the concrete ground, it's just a horrible situation to be in, you know, having those memory flashbacks of horrible events in Season 1. And also, I think, from the previous not arc, you know, what do you even call it, like, save sessions? Like, I'm not sure what you'd even call that, like, what term you'd use for that. The individual save segments, playthroughs, I don't know. But the point is, Oto actually did come to save the day, which was great. Which I wasn't really expecting. I probably should have, really. But for some reason, I just, like, took it as a thing that, yeah, okay, Garfield got to him, so I guess it's not going to help. I guess he'll have to figure out something else. That's kind of what I thought in that bit. So when he just kind of showed up to help, I was a little bit surprised, honestly. I was almost expecting like a second shoe to drop or something. Like this was some kind of play to get more information out of Subaru, some kind of, you know, thing with Garfield all planned out. I had thoughts about that like that going in my mind. So, you know, when I said something about hopefully it's just like a friendship helping kind of thing, I said that kind of sarcastically, like I was like a hopeful kind of thing, because I was still very much expecting there to be, you know, like a dark, schemy kind of reveal here. But there wasn't, at least not in the episode. It just ended with Oto being all like, we're friends, so of course I came to help you. That's really what it came down to be. Which surprised me, but nowhere near as much as it surprised Subaru, who was like, could barely comprehend it. So, you know, when Oto says things like Eugene, you know, best friend, he took that as Eugene, you know, the, like the name, you know, which I never actually seen that in anime before, that kind of misunderstanding. Really, it doesn't translate well in English at all, very well. But yeah, apparently that just blew his mind, you know, the fact that we're friends, like, and he just laughs hysterically as a result. I mean, Subaru was probably a little bit crazy being left in there for 3 days, so I don't blame him too much for this first kind of positive stimulus to have that much of an effect on him. So, you know, it does make sense. I just couldn't help but think throughout the entire scene, could we just get out of here, please? Like, that was at the back of my mind pretty much the whole time. Luckily, nothing bad happened of it. When Garfield finally showed up, it was actually after they left, surprisingly. Probably the biggest surprise in the episode, really. But yeah, we affirmed that we're best friends, and you know, hopefully we can save the day now. You know, he was in there for 3 days, so that's a pretty big problem. We'll probably end up having to reset again, but we'll see. We'll see. Probably won't do it right away. At least now we know to be on guard for Garfield. You know, we know like what not to say to him now, so that's definitely good information to have for sure. But yeah, just the blush was so strong with Oto that you could see it in the dark. It's quite impressive. So yeah, just it was a very unexpected, odd sort of end of the episode, and Eugene was actually the episode title. So there's a lot of unexpected stuff there near the end for sure. It was kind of like a roller coaster of thoughts and theories in my head throughout the course of it, for sure. So yeah, I guess we'll see where we go from here. Hopefully we can figure out some more stuff. And hopefully we could avoid having to reset again, you know? Well, I assume we'll have at least one more reset, but after that, hopefully no more resets. Like, hoping that'll be enough to get through this, which I think it will be. That's usually about average, right? 3 or 4 resets to get a problem solved. But yeah, just gotta hope for the best. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.